Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Bris Golf Live. I am your host, Michael Brisbane. I'm a PGA professional and director of instruction at Azalea City Golf Course in Mobile, Alabama. In this week's episode of Bris Golf Live, I'm going to be giving you guys some demonstrations of some great stretches that you can do over the winter, and also a great drill that you can do over the winter to keep your game in shape or actually improve your game through the winter. And then at the end of it, we're going to have this week's edition of Don't Be That Guy. I think this week's edition of Don't Be That Guy is going to be a good one. So before I cue up the intro, if you haven't done it so far, hit the subscribe button below and ring that notification bell. It would be big help to me, and you'll get notified of when I'm going live and when I'm posting things. So let's hit that intro and let's get started. All right. So like I said to start with, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about things that you can do over the winter. Now, most of the country, it's wintertime, okay? And way up north, golf courses have probably already closed. And this weekend I know is cold, and I know next weekend is going to be very cold. Here in Mobile, it's actually a beautiful day, but only going to get to the high 50s and the wind's blowing. So I wanted to share some stretches, simple stretches, basic stretches that you can do over the winter time to improve your flexibility. And again, one really great drill that I love for my students to do, whether they're a junior, whether they're an adult, whoever. I just love them to do this drill. I think when I'm showing the video, I'll talk about the benefits of it. So if you haven't watched my previous live streams, go back and watch those, because they also include drills that would be great for you to do over the winter. And again, just because it's wintertime and we can't get to the golf course doesn't mean we can't work on our golf game. Okay, we can't improve our golf swing. Now, one thing I do want to point out in these videos is I'm dressed very casually. I've got on blue jeans, okay, and just a t-shirt. And I did that on purpose because I'm a big fan of things that we can do that don't require special equipment, okay? You don't have to have a dedicated golf room in your house with a simulator or anything like that in order to work on your game, okay? You don't have to necessarily go to the gym, although if you go to the gym, that's great. If you look at me in these videos, you can tell I don't go to the gym. So these are things that you can just do around the house. So the stretching videos, I'm actually in my garage, all right? There's a piece of carpet that stays on my garage floor when I'm out there working on things. It makes it nice if I'm kneeling down, and I've just thrown a yoga mat on top of that piece of carpet. In the swing drill video, I've actually gone down to Mobile Bay on Friday. It was lovely outside. It was great. And a friend of mine has a place down there. And he has a little deck down by the water. And I used that deck while I was doing the drill. I thought it would look pretty nice. So let's get into the stretches. And these first stretches are going to be to stretch your shoulders. Okay? This first stretch is to stretch the outside of your shoulder. Then I'm going to show you a stretch that will help you with some external rotation of your shoulder. So the first thing I'm going to do for the outside, I'm just going to take one arm and put it across my chest. Take the other arm, kind of grab my elbow, and just pull. Okay? Don't pull hard. We're just stretching. Okay? I'm going to do it to the other arm. I'm going to reach across, grab it with my hand, and just stretch. This is stretching that outside of your shoulder. This will help you, for us right-handed golfers, your left shoulder, to get into a better backswing position, okay? The better our flexibility, the easier it's going to be. So for whatever I'm doing to one side of my body, I want to do to the other, and I'm going to do this drill 5 or 6 times each, okay? Now I'm going to do a little stretch to work on the external rotation of my shoulder. I've just taken a golf club, I'm dropping it across my shoulder, reach over and grab it with the other hand, and I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to gently pull with that other hand down there by the club head and give me some stretch for a little external rotation. Okay, I'm going to hold it for 15, 20, 30 seconds, let it go, Do it again, okay? Really trying to keep that bicep at about 90 degrees, parallel to the ground at 90 degrees, okay? So here I am. I'm going to do it to the other arm. Again, drop the club across my shoulder, grab the golf club with my other arm, and do a little stretch and pull, okay? I can feel this one. I don't have the most flexible shoulders in the world. All right, now I'm going to get down on the floor, and I've got a stretch band, and I'm just going to take that stretch band and put it across one of my feet. I'm going to lay back, and this is a hamstring stretch, and I'm just going to pull that leg straight up, okay? Now, this one is difficult for me because I am the least flexible person in my lower body. This one burns. So I'm just taking that leg, pulling it straight up in the air, and stretching my hamstring. Now I'm going to go into a little stretch that is kind of for the internal part of my hip or my groin. Okay, I'm just going to let that leg drop over. This one was to my right. It would be the opposite way if I was doing the other leg, and I'm going to pull it up. Now I'm going to go the other way. Okay, this one is stretching a little bit of my back and still my hamstring. Okay, I'm keeping a little tension with that stretch band. There I am. I'm going that direction. I'm going to hold it for a few seconds, and I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to go the other way. And obviously, I'm going to do this 5 or 6 times, and then I'm going to do it to my other leg. Okay, whatever we do to one side of our body, we always want to do to the other. Now I'm going to give you a little back stretch. Okay, very simple back stretch. I'm going to lay on my back. I'm going to tuck my feet up, and I'm just going to grab one knee and pull it towards my chest. Okay, I've got my arms and my hands around it, and I'm just pulling it towards my chest. Now spin around sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking my knee, pulling it up. With my hands, I'm pulling that towards my chest. This is a really nice little lower back stretch. Okay, now I'm going to give you another back stretch where I'm going to lay back. This time I'm going to have my knees bent, my feet on the ground, stretch my arms out, and I'm just going to let my knees drop to one side of my body, then the other. I'm trying to keep my shoulders as flat on the ground as I possibly can. And I actually like to take my head and my face and look the opposite direction of the way my legs are going. So if you can see up there, my head is facing over to the right while my knees were to the left. Now my knees are going back to the right, my right, and my head is facing to the left. This is a great little stretch for your back. Okay, really nice one to do pre-round as well. All right, now I have a problem with my sciatica, and this is a wonderful stretch for the sciatica. Taking one foot, crossing it across the opposite leg, and then pulling both those legs up towards my chest as much as I can. This one's a little difficult sometimes if I haven't done it in a while. Okay, I really, really feel the stretch back there in my sciatica. I want to do it on the opposite leg. If you can reach around and grab that other leg with your hands, it's great, but any way you can get it to just pull towards your knees, and be easy with this pull. Now I'm going to do it, and I'm going to add a little to this. Now watch the way I point. I'm going to let my body roll that direction. And this one, trust me, is really, really stretching. Okay, here I'll do it with the other leg. I'm going to pull it up. Now watch where I point. I'm rolling in that direction. Again, stretching it like crazy. And you'll see here a big exhale. Woo! Perfect. All right. Some very basic stretches. As we keep going on this, we will do some more. And again, I'm going to be doing these same stretches over the winter. I'm going to be doing the same drill that I'm getting to show you over the winter time. I'm 58 years old now, and I can tell, okay, I'm becoming less flexible. My backswing keeps getting shorter. I'm losing some distance, and I'm really going to put in an effort this winter to stretch more, to see if I can regain some flexibility and do this next drill see if I can increase some speed. So here we are. I'll explain this drill as the video pops up. Enjoy. All right. I want to share a great exercise drill training
swing drill with you. And I know you're sitting there thinking, why is Bris holding a broom? Is he trying to sweep the deck off? Okay. Or is he swatting those mosquitoes that have been eating him all afternoon? And the answer is, this is the training aid, the broom. It's just your good old-fashioned corn husk broom. And all I want you to do is swing it. And if you swing it, and if you're doing it properly, it's going to achieve 4 things in your golf swing. And anytime we can do one thing, see mosquito after me again. Anytime we can do one thing that'll achieve 4 results, great. So all we're going to do is we're going to hold this broom like a golf club using my golf grip. I'm going to choke down just a little bit. I'm going to hold it out here in front of me just a little off the ground. And I want that broom head to where it's vertical. Okay, that's going to be my club face. And again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to swing the broom. Lost my balance a little bit on that one. Okay. So what is this accomplishing for me? One, if you watched my live stream last week when we were talking about getting your arms in the proper position, anytime I put this broom in somebody's hands, they almost immediately put their arms in the proper position at the top of the backswing. And it's due to the weight of the broom. Poor arm positions won't support this weight. Proper arm positions support the weight. So they've got this extra weight in their hand, and they go to the top of their backswing, and they automatically put their arms in the right place. We want that broom head right in line with the back of our left wrist. That's a square club face. So there's its one benefit. It's going to help teach you to get your arms in the proper place. The second thing that it's going to do, and you notice in my first swing, I lost my balance a little bit. It's going to have you work on your balance. Because this thing is heavy, and because you are swinging it, it's trying to pull you around. Work on getting really good balance. Focus on your balance. Make sure that you are making that swing and you can hold your finish in balance. I can feel my feet and my legs working as I'm swinging that broom. So it's working on our feet reacting with the ground properly. Okay. The third thing that it's doing is it's getting me to use my pivot to drag that broom forward. This broom face is creating wind resistance. And so therefore I am really using my pivot to drag that broom forward. I would never in a million years swing the broom that way with just my arms. But yet that's what people do with a golf club all the time. So with this broom, it really makes you use your pivot. So with that wind resistance and me creating a better pivot that becomes a little bit stronger because of that resistance, I'm going to increase my club head speed. Increased club head speed means I'm going to hit the ball farther. And the last thing that this drill I think does for you is because again of the weight of that broom, it's going to help me increase my flexibility. Okay? I'm going to be able to take that backswing back a little bit farther. I'm going to be able to get my shoulders to turn a little bit better. I'm getting myself to a more full finish. And again, that bigger pivot that's done correctly within my range of motion, that I'm be able to do it faster and my arms in a great position, only thing it's going to do is make me be a much better ball striker and hit the ball a lot farther. So if you live in an area of the country that the wintertime isn't very conducive to golf, get yourself a good broom. And 3-4 times a week, go out there and swing the broom. You can do it indoors, you can do it in the garage, you can do it in a basement, wherever you've got room, swing the broom. You'll also see that the first couple times that you do it, and this is about my third video that I've tried to make. I was having a little trouble with my computer over here. You're going to get winded. You're going to swing that broom about 10 times, and you're going to all of a sudden be like, whew, I'm a little gassed. So you'll see how much effort and how much work this little simple thing of swinging a broom is doing for you. Give this one a try. I'm going to make a point this winter to swing this broom at least 4 times a week because I'm a little concerned and I don't like how short my backswing is getting. I don't like the fact that my swing speed is decreasing a little bit. So I'm going to make a point and an effort to use this broom as well. Hope this helps.
Okay, boy, what a beautiful backdrop for that video. I actually tried to film the stretching videos there as well, and I had some technical difficulties with my webcam and the computer. When I got home, the videos weren't good enough, so I had to redo them. But it was funny when I was talking about that broom getting rid of the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes were out thick that morning. We've had some really wet weather, and it was very, very warm last week, and the mosquitoes were out, and they were really attacking me. Okay, so let's get into this week's edition of Don't Be That Guy. Okay, I want to set this one up. I was out on the golf course and on a particular, just on a hole, and noticed there was a real good patch of divots there where somebody had hit 4 or 5 golf shots from the same place, which, just to let y'all know, that's not appropriate. That's not a good thing to do. And I understand the urge. The urge is, hey, I'd love to get out on the golf course and work on a certain shot. Hey, I want to work on a half wedge or this wedge, a 50-yard wedge, whatever it is. I'm trying to hit this 8-iron. And you want to get out there on the course and you want to practice. But people, that's not what the golf course is for. Don't stand there and take multiple divots. So let's cue up the intro for Don't Be That Guy this week and get right into it. All right, so I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what y'all see. So I just have taken multiple shots here, multiple pictures from the golf course of where people have been out practicing. Okay, at least this guy had some sand in his cart and was nice enough to fill the divots with sand. But you see, there's a nice clump of 4 divots. And here you go. Here's someone took 3 shots from the same place. Yesterday morning, I went out on the course and got on to hole number 16, and you could see all of the divots where they had flown out. And I'm like, oh man, somebody's been out here practicing last night. And then I was over on 15, I saw the same thing. And then I was back on 14 and saw the same thing. And so it was the same person. You could tell their divot pattern was exactly the same. Folks, this isn't a good practice for the golf course. Okay, you're out on the golf course taking multiple divots from the same place. Okay, this guy that I saw, he might have been at the 120-yard spot. Then he was up at the 80-yard spot. Then he was over at the 60-yard spot. So he was doing 2, 3, 4 patches of divots on the same hole. And not only is he leaving divots, but here's a great picture right here. At least he took the divots in the rough. But look up there in the fairway where all the divots have flown. And he eventually ran out of sand, and he couldn't fill the divots anymore. So you're just out there putting wear and tear on the golf course, okay, unnecessarily and inappropriately. So if you want to practice your wedges or you want to practice a certain shot, get on the driving range where it's appropriate and do it there. When you're on the golf course, one shot. If you happen to have to hit another one, okay, but then fill your divots when you're done. All right. Now, I was talking to the head professional, Lawrence, about what I was doing with Don't Be That Guy this week. And don't be that guy, okay? Don't be out there taking those divots. And he told me something that I didn't know. And he said the PGA Tour's policy, or it's the golf course's policy where they're holding a tour event, I don't know which one it is. He said during practice rounds, and now during practice rounds, you would think those tour players would love to stand there and hit multiple shots from where they know they're going to hit their tee shot. Hey, I'd love to stand here on this hole. I know I'm going to drive it down here and I'm going to have a wedge into the green. I'd love to hit multiple shots from here. But their rule is you may hit a second shot if you miss the green with your first one. If you hit the green with your first shot, no more second shots. Could you imagine what a golf course would look like with all those tour players playing 2 or 3 practice rounds and then a tournament with, if they were able to stand out there and practice and take divots? So people, respect your golf course. It's a golf course that not only you play, but many, many other people play as well. They want the thing in good condition, and the golf course isn't there strictly for you. So don't be that guy. All right. I want to thank you for checking in this week. Again, if you haven't hit the like or subscribe button, please do. Shoot me a comment down below. I would love to hear what you're thinking. If there's anything you'd like me to cover, I will try to do it. If you have a great Don't Be That Guy episode, let me know. I'd love to talk about that guy. So I wish y'all all a very good holiday week. Next week on Sunday, it will be Christmas. Hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. I don't believe I'll be doing a live stream on Christmas morning, so I'm probably going to do my live stream for this coming week on Friday morning, back to how I started. And I think this next week is going to be a little bit about golf travel, and more specifically, solo golf travel, going on a golf trip by yourself. I've done it multiple times, and it's great. So, thank you for watching. I hope y'all all have a great week and keep golfing. And I'll see you next time.